Hey, what's up guys? It's Marquita from At Home with Quita. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a budget plan with me for the week. Y'all, I'm trying to bulk film because I've been missing you guys. I know I haven't been doing a lot on my channel, and so I'm trying to get a few videos out this week for you, and so I decided to make one of those a budget plan with me. So if you're new to my channel, hopefully you'll stick around and consider subscribing, and you'll also give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoy it. So let's jump into this budget plan with me. If you want to see my budget for the week, make sure to stay tuned. All right, you guys, so if you are new to my budget plan with me, this is my Filofax and Malden Stone Gray. Super gorgeous. I love it. This is my dedicated budget planner. I've got lots of sections going on here. I do have a video on my Instagram TV as well as YouTube showing you guys how I have this set up. I haven't really changed this setup. So if we turn to today, I do have a little page marker here that came with this Filofax planner, and I do a paycheck to paycheck budget. Totally did not come up with this concept, but I am totally using it because it has been so helpful to me. So I do have these inserts available in my shop, and they have been really helping me to stick to a budget, y'all. So just because I'm just trying to be as transparent with you guys as possible, I know there's been a lot going on, and I've been pretty silent on social media because I've been just so busy with things, but we got our deck redone. We got it totally torn down and we built onto it, and we spent a lot of money. So I am totally in savings mode now. I am not going to be doing a big project like that again for a while, although we are toying with the idea of getting a pool. I'm just saying. But that will be somewhere down the line, and I'm going to save up for it so I can just pay cash. I hate using credit cards. As you guys know, I hate debt. I have very minimal debt, and so I like to keep it that way. And so I was just saying that to say is that I'm back in savings mode. I need to stack some more coins up, y'all, because I did have to dip just a little bit into my savings, and I hate having to do that. And so we're now just all about spending as little as possible. So again, paycheck to paycheck budget. So on the left-hand side here, that's where I do my income breakdown, my bills, and then I've got the bill tracker, sinking funds, debt, and all that stuff on the right-hand side. Again, this is available in my shop in junior, ARC, or half letter size, that's all the same, or A5 size. And I think I also have this in classic size as well. So I am working on adding them in other sizes and then also tweaking them because I am changing the font for all of my inserts. So stay tuned for that, y'all. It's gonna be sometime down the line because I'm working on so many things now, with the box launch, which will be mid-June if you were wondering, and just so many other things I have going on. So yeah, let's jump right into it. You guys know I can ramble. So I first need to break down my income. So this is the end of the month. This is the final week of May, and I don't really typically have that much income coming in. This is only my personal income, my shop income. I don't factor in my Etsy. I do have an Etsy digital shop, 2 of them actually. I don't really factor that in. I just feel like whatever money comes in from that is just extra money. I'm not a stickler for making sure my budget is completely precise. And I feel like if I don't budget it in, then I won't budget in the spending for it. So whatever money comes in that, which is typically like $200-300 a month maybe, then I just consider it extra money. And at the end of the week, I throw it into my savings. So really this week, the only income that we have is from Shopify, which is my main shop, and that was $634. I haven't really been talking about my shop or promoting it or anything because I had like between 2 days, I had like almost 200 orders between those 2 days, and that was a lot for me. Now I'm not, you know, because I guess some of you may get more than that. For me, that was a lot, and it was a lot to manage, and so I kind of had to step back a little bit. That's why you haven't seen me on YouTube doing that many videos, and you haven't really seen me on social media that much, or on my Facebook group page, because I'm trying to just get that done before I start really getting back into the swing of things. So that's why you're going to see a little bit less of income for the week, although it is still a good amount. So I'm not like discrediting that. I'm just saying that that's why, because if you saw my last budget plan with me, you saw like a super huge amount, and I explained to you why that was so huge. And this week is like a small percentage of that, which is still, like I said, really, really good for me. So this again is May. And the paycheck date is Monday, I think it's the 25th, y'all. How come you never know what day it is? Like for me, I never know what day it is. I guess probably because the quarantine stuff too is like, okay, what day is it? Like crazy. So yeah, it was the 25th. So I always do my budget paychecks on Monday or Sunday, if I know like what income and stuff is coming in on Monday, but it always starts on Monday, goes from Monday to Sunday. So that's the 25th. All right, so today, or Monday, is the 25th, which is when my income comes in from Shopify, which is my main shop. And that was $634.94. So I technically can put actual, because that's what actually came in. $634.94. I also budget in my income from PayPal, because whenever you guys do make a payment or purchase in my shop and you pay with PayPal, it comes in automatically. So it's hard for me to budget that, and I try to explain that on every video, but I try to do at least say something about what I think may come in, and it's never actually what actually comes in. And I typically do 500, and it's normally more than that. But I like to do it on the low end. So PayPal, and again, that's shop revenue, and that is daily, so I don't put a date for that. And then once the actual comes in, when I close out my budget at the end of the week, I'll put what actually came in, and again, that all goes into my savings. I start every week fresh with a zero balance, and so that way I start zero every week, and I work from there. So in terms of bills, I'm going to look on my monthly to see what I have that needs to be paid for this week. I know for sure it's the car note, which is $450. So auto loan, and that's $450. It hasn't come out yet. When it does, I'll put it as actual, and I'll check it off as paid, and that is typically due on the 26th, so tomorrow. All right, and then other than that, I have Adobe. The full Adobe suite, and that is $29.99 a month, and that is due on the 29th. And then I also am going to be paying my credit cards, although I just paid some money on them last week. I think like $600, because I just throw money into my credit card. I never pay it on the due date. I always pay more than I owe, or more than the minimum payment, like a lot more than the minimum payment. And I just pay it whenever I have extra money. And that's typically before my due date. So I've already put a lot into it this month, but I still like to make like a regularly scheduled payment. And so that's going to be, that's going to actually go into the debt section, but that's going to be $200. So other than that, there's no other payments that I need to make in terms of my bills. So let me go ahead and calculate that up. $479.99. So that leaves me with $1134.94. By the way, just in case you were wondering, so minus 479. So that leaves me with $654.95 to work with. Okay, perfect. And again, once that stuff is paid, I'll just check it off. All right, so again, this week is going to be a little bit tighter than usual, but since I am full on savings mode now in terms of my mind frame, I can work with it. So we're going to put $654.95 for the leftover. Okay, so now we're gonna start writing in our cash envelopes, which I am still doing a cashless cash envelope system. I always talk about it, but I do eventually want to become an all cash spender. Just haven't quite figured out that because I don't really feel like going to the bank every week. So for now, cashless is what it's gonna be. So I don't have to do anything for grocery shopping, y'all. I bought a whole bunch of stuff at Sam's recently, and I don't have to do any grocery shopping for a while. My freezer is fully stocked. My refrigerator is not fully stocked, but it's got enough in there to last us for a little bit. And so I haven't really been going to the grocery store that much. So I don't have to budget any groceries in here, but I am gonna write it and then just put 0. Which is good. That's a good feeling to know that I don't have to go to the grocery store this week. In terms of eating out, I'm cooking all week, so I'm just gonna put $50 for incidentals just in case, but hopefully we won't have to spend that. Personal, I am in savings mode, so I'm not spending anything personally. Fun, nobody's having any fun right now unless it's at home, so I'm gonna do 0 for that. Kids, we just went and bought them some clothes and shoes. So my husband did that with his own personal money. Well, not personal. I mean, it's all our money together, but he did that on his own, so I don't have to budget anything for that. Home, we're not doing anything for the house. And all of these subjects are things that I'm writing in for the cash envelopes. They correlate or they match up with with my cash envelopes here. I do have them available at my shop. Some of them are out of stock, some of them aren't, but these are the same subjects that I use here. And so that way, you know, I just like everything to match up. So that's why I still write them in, even if it's 0 amount, because when I use my little slip in here and I actually go in and I write in, you know, what was spent, I don't know, I just like it to have it match up. I was going to show you the little card that comes included, but it basically looks like this. So at the end of the week, I will go in and I will go ahead and write on the slip that I put inside. This does have a laminated part here. You can write on it with a dry or wet erase marker, but I like having a separate one that I stick on the inside of here along with the receipts. At the end of the week, I take everything, you know, all the receipts and everything that I've kept. I do have a separate wallet that has cash envelopes in it as well. I stuff them in there and then I transfer them in here at the end of the week. And so that way at the end of the year, I'll be able to have everything all in that particular section. So even if it's still a $0 amount, meaning I'm not spending anything, I still like to write it in and make sure everything matches up. It's just how I do things. I could be doing it completely backwards. I'm not a financial expert. I'm still new at this. I know there's so many flaws in how I budget, and I'm still learning from YouTubers and various people on a daily basis. So I'm just saying, you know, I'm not perfect at this. I'm still trying to figure it all out. So home, I am not spending anything for home because we just did that super huge deck project. I think I talked about it on a previous video. We redid our deck. I think I talked about it in this video now that I'm thinking about it. And we spent our whole budget for the year for home. So I'm not doing anything else in this house right now because it's just, I'm tapped out right now for that part of my budget. So home, and then gifts. I do have to do something for gifts because we have a friend of ours' anniversary is this weekend. And of course, I want to do something for them. And then medical, I don't have anything coming up for medical. So 0. Auto. I feel like I said I had something I needed to do for auto. No, oh, that was the payment here. Otherwise, nothing for auto. And then hair. Nothing for hair because I have my hair twisted. I retwisted my hair, so I don't have to do anything for that. So really all that I'm spending this week is $100 possibly, because everything else is I'm pretty good in everything else. So that would leave me with $554.95. I don't really have anything that I'm saving up for right now because nobody's going anywhere. But eventually I will have some sinking funds, some things I'm saving up for. We had like 5 or 6 trips planned for this year, and all of that was canceled. So hopefully next year we'll be able to do some traveling and figure out where we want to go, and then I'll start sinking funds up again for those trips or whatever we decide that we need sinking funds for. In terms of debt, I do have my credit card number 1 and credit card number 2. Typically one is used for all business stuff and the other one is used for personal stuff, and it is a Delta Sky Miles card, which means it's going to accrue points. So I try to use it every now and then, but I just hate having a high balance on it. So I'm going to pay $100 towards each. Even though, again, last week I think I paid like $600 between the two. But if I have it, I'm just going to throw it in there because I just don't like having debt held over my head. So I like to pay it if I can. So $554.95 is what transferred over from here. And so now we will have $354.95 left. So debt total is $200. So that will leave me with $354.95. And so $354.95 is what's going to go into savings. So that's why, again, I like to have that zero-based budget, or dang, why did I put 350? 354. I always do that. When I'm talking, I always mess up. But a zero-based budget basically means at the end of the month right here, I have this little section that tells me the income, and then all the expenses are taken out, and then it should be a zero balance. That's why I throw whatever the remaining is into my savings. So that's, for me, what makes it a zero-based budget, because whatever at the end of the week, you know, is left is going into my savings, which means Monday I'm starting fresh with zero. And that's just what works for me. That doesn't work for everybody. I do this on a weekly basis. You can do this on a monthly basis, on a bi-weekly basis. It's completely up to you. That's why nothing's dated. So you can write everything in based on how you use it. So this is my budget for the week. So as you can see, I still have a good amount that can go into savings, which is great because, again, I'm back on this whole savings kick. It's going to really help me to be able to start just building the part that I had to use back up. And so I'm really excited about that. So once I get done and I get ready to close my budget out for the week on Sunday, I'll come here and I'll write in the actual income, the actual amount that I spent, and hopefully it ends up at zero and all of these numbers are pretty much correct. If they're more, then that's a plus. If they're less, then that's a problem. So yeah, I mean, not too much of a problem, but it just shows that I'm maybe not calculating and budgeting correctly. So, and you know, not everything's always going to go according to plan. At least for me, it doesn't. So, but this is how my budget would look. No stickers, no decorative anything, just writing everything in and making everything make sense to you based on your budget and your needs and your family needs and what works for you. So this is what works for me. And so hopefully you guys enjoyed this budget video. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, these inserts are available in my shop. If you are looking for some inserts for your budgeting needs, they are available there and they work out pretty well for me. So in addition to this tracker here, you do have 3 pages of expense trackers, and then you also have let me just show you really quick. You also have a cash envelope breakdown if you want to write in what you need. If you do a actual cash envelope system, you can write in everything here and take this with you to the bank to get out whatever you need to get out. And then on the back, you have your weekly summary, and they all come with a monthly summary, which you just pull out and put at the end of the month. Because this is available in the weeklies, which will start like this with a notes page, and then it'll end with the weekly summary. This monthly summary comes with every week. Well, not every week, but like if you purchase just a week of inserts, it's going to come with the monthly. So it's going to come with the monthly, and then it's going to come with a weekly like this, and then a monthly. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyways, that is my budget, y'all. Just thought I would share that with you. So now during the week, I'll come and I'll write in all of my expenses. And then at the end of the month, I'll do my my weekly breakdown. I'm sorry. At the end of the week, I'll do my weekly breakdown. And then at the end of the month, I'll do my weekly summary. I hope I said that right. Weekly summary, monthly summary, self-explanatory. So these have been really working really well for me. And so I'm going to continue moving forward using them until they don't work anymore. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. You got a little inspiration out of it. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. I'm here for you. Let's do this together because, again, I'm so new at this budget thing still. I still feel like I'm learning so much. So let's learn together. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you stopping by my channel. Hopefully you got a little inspiration out of it, which means you will consider subscribing and also joining me for another video, in which case I'll see you then.